Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Bitchute channel, True Divine 44. It's the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. And you can go to my Facebook business page, True Divine 44. Nice and easy. Any likes, shares, subscribes, follows, greatly appreciated. Much love to everybody who does that thus far. I apologize if I'm a bit slow today. I didn't get any sleep last night, working. So I'm floating. That's what I am right now because I've gone the whole day after the lack of sleep. And so this is where I combine the energy work that I do, picking up on the energies of the day, and the tarot work that I do to help you, you navigate your day, to help you recognize the energies within, around you, and within others. Take what resonates as it is general and leave what does not. I appreciate any of the comments and try to keep up with them as to answering them, because I love to know where you are on your journey and how these readings are helping you. So we start with, it's the 17th of December. So let me just say this for some things that have been coming up, because 1717 has been showing itself to me very much so. 1717 is somehow connected to T, the President T. And people are being careful now on YouTube regarding the full names, which just shows how ridiculous everything has gotten. So any connections that you can make, any dots that you can make with this 1717, it's very important regarding T, President T. And so there's something that comes out today, which I'm eager to see the rest of this, to connect more of these dots regarding that, and regarding the meaning of that number, regarding the magic behind that number. And so look out for that. We also see that B makes, in the public's eye, regarding headlines, regarding mainstream media, somehow makes some kind of advance towards the seat today. And this doesn't look good for President T. And so with that being said, there is also alongside this, as well planned, this has all been planned, as well planned, is to incite violence, is to incite division amongst people, is to incite riots. So be aware of that today in America. Be careful. Don't let them trigger you. I know any of you listening to this aren't there, but you know that it is to be careful regarding where you're at. You know, where be aware of where things are bubbling up. You know, and avoid those areas. Unless you go in with your fabulous guns to stop it, that would be great. So for the UK, for Britain, this Brexit no deal fiasco, the lie, the scam that is and was Brexit, the division of that vote, the division and arguments that caused, this is working out perfectly for Boris and a lot of his cronies. I've mentioned before, they've made deals with China. They've been selling off our land, our industry. So has the US, so has Australia, so has Canada, to a great extent. Now, this was confirmed for me very, very sadly in Australia, that they bought, I think it was 3 hospitals in a close area, and they've shut them down, closed the doors. So there's no elective surgeries, there's no cancer treatments going on, there's no emergency treatments going on, and basically are holding the Australian government to ransom to say, now you pay us and we'll open these hospitals. The leader there knew this was going to be the case when he was getting his backhand deal, when he was becoming very rich from this. Boris knows that we need to be out of the EU in order for China to really move in on all of the sales that they've achieved regarding the things that they've bought off of the UK. You're going to see more evidence of this today. You're going to see more confirmation of this today. It angers me that these people can be so pompous and sit in those seats and act as if they are leaders and know best, when all of this has been so planned and so made of power and greed, that these governments need to be called unfit. These governments need to be called as not fit for purpose. We need to stop recognizing their authority now, seriously, because we don't want to go too much further down this line. So that is just the psychic knowings for today. Remember 1717, some of you might see it quite a bit today in various different ways. Take note of that and remember what you're thinking about or feeling when you notice that number and get that sign. I'll be super interested to hear from you regarding that. So we've got on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Five of Cups, sorry. So this is sadness, loss, this is abandonment, this is mourning, in particular relationships regarding the backing of things on the collective stage, for sure. People feeling heartbroken, people feeling at a loss and used regarding from the political stage. But also in your individual lives, there's a lot of shifting here happening in relationships. There's a lot of things that maybe you've avoided being quite so discerning and quite so cutthroat regarding the kind of people that you have in your vicinity and what you do for those kinds of people. Now your wisdom is telling you that this needs to happen, but this doesn't mean that there isn't a time of mourning, the time that's gone, the past relationship, or just that it's tough for a lot of you as empaths to do this, to put self first, and let the right things fall in around you after that. So there's this time of mourning, there's this time of contemplation. Now, this is a good time to dig deep and look deep into self as to what are you really mourning? Why are you really upset? What is it that's really got you? This is the real starting point. But also conversely, like all of the energies in the tarot, you can stay in this energy too long. You can become a victim. And the very people that you are being almost forced from your inner self to move away from can sweep in, because you stay in this energy too long, you stay mourning too long without searching yourself for the answers and using the energy in the best way that you possibly can. Then you become vulnerable to the repetitive attack, because everything in you just wants to go back to the way it was to stop this mourning. And you can't see straight and be discerning to see that that won't make you happy. It didn't make you happy before. It's that fight or flight mode. It's just that reaction that you bring in. And so on the bottom of the other deck, we have the Seven of Wands, but it's in reverse. And so this is a lot of people finding it really hard to find that inner strength, to stand in the divinity and sovereignty. Upright, this is a need to protect self. This is, you can see these wands flying at this man and the serpent right behind him. And the serpent right behind him looks like it's going to attack him, but it represents his Kundalini life force. The ancient pharaohs always had a cobra that came up the head, on their headpieces, because it represented the strength to be able to stand the height of a man without arms, without legs, all with that core strength, just like our spine. And it represented what they knew to be the Kundalini energy. And always the cobra sitting here on their headpieces, so that they it represented the enlightenment. It represented their ability to use that inner force, to use that life force within, to be brave, to go forward, to expand, and be able to put up. Sorry, the cat's chasing fly. Put up with attacks from others that do not understand where you are at right now. Regarding the separation that's happening of people, It's huge, you know, this is a very, very big thing. And so almost people that you've known all your life feel foreign. They feel foreign. And they feel so different that you just can't connect. And so you know that this is necessary, but the person or persons or group that you're having to move away from actually or don't want to look at why you're doing that, because then that would put a mirror up for them to look at themselves. So instead of that, they'll attack. And your light is growing, your inner force, your Kundalini energy, that cobra like energy is growing. That makes you more noticeable. It makes you more noticeable in the spirit realm, and it makes you more noticeable in this physical reality. And you might have to ward off some things, some entities, beings in both, and find that inner core strength, find that force within to stand like a cobra beyond the height of a tall man. So we've got the 5 of Swords for the first card. Now this speaks of abandonment, loss, not nice energy, low frequency energy. This speaks of a feeling at a loss, feeling really disappointed with certain people around you. Maybe feeling a little bit of disappointment in self too, a bit of self-deprecating thoughts here. There's conflict here. There's real conflict here. Now on the collective stage, you know, that speaks to me that those that are holding the light on the bottom of the deck here and holding space and time, ironically, will be the ones that get attacked the most by those that are asleep and in the dark, in the dull. So the more noticeable you are, the more light you give off, the bigger your aura gets, the bigger your electromagnetic field gets, the more noticeable you are. And so this can bring in energies that do want to attack, and this is confirmed with this 5 of Swords. So it's super important to be aware of that right now. It's happening. It's what is going on right now. So we have to deal with it. But we don't deal with it by kowtowing down and wondering how we can put it right. We deal with it with discernment, and for many of you know that you need to move on even more than you already have. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles to clarify this 5 of Swords. This speaks to luxury, abundance, fruitfulness. And so from this, we see that from this conflict, it's almost like people, I'm hearing the song True Colors Shining Through. I don't know the name of the woman that sang it. I love the song though. True Colors Shining Through, that's the main title, I think. And you see these true colors shining through, but they're not so beautiful like a rainbow. And so it gives you that impetus to seek the real beauty, the real abundance, like this Queen of Coins energy would. For you to be able to look beyond that which you've been saturated with and pulled upon, almost like energy vampire energy that you need to get away from. And when you do, this abundance and this beauty and grandeur comes in to how you enjoy even nature around you, to the opportunities that come up with you that are financially prosperous. So it's a necessary part, this 5 of Swords, for you to truly see, for you to never go back to that space if this resonates with you, for you to truly see where and what this person is about, and where they are on their journey, and recognizing where you are on your journey. It speaks of, for 1 or 2 of you, I think it's mainly 1 of you, there's somebody that is very glamorous, very, you know, full of beauty, but it's all surface layer. And when she is not getting what they want, they attack and they get real nasty, very nasty words. And but in the meantime, there's this facade, this veil of beauty, of grace and of grandeur. This person wants everybody to stop and look when they walk in the room. And so this is an energy that, you know, isn't going to float well with the path that you're on right now, that isn't going to be able to understand what you need to go through further, to further activate, to further grow during these next couple of months. And so to be aware, to be discerning. Now we've got the Three of Cups here. Now, this is celebration somehow. Now, on the collective stage, this is the thing I was picking up with B in the US, in that there's this sort of grand speech, newsreel that is full of excitement and celebration, and it's premature celebration, but people are getting sold on it. So it does speak to that. Now, it does speak to you in your individual lives also, getting drawn back into circles when that don't serve you, when there are circles of people that actually would make you feel so elated, so uplifted, waiting for you once you clear this space with this Five of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. And so be careful of that. Be careful of that thinking that you'll be alone, so you just end up going back to this group. It's not going to work like that. You clear the space and the right people move in. Like a magnet, you attract them in. And so to clarify this Three of Cups, we have the Hermit card. Now, the Hermit card is coming up a lot. And so this Hermit card is asking you, as tempting as it might be to celebrate, to drink and be merry, right now is a time for the Hermit. Right now it is a time for that healing of the inner child, to reach through the time span of you into the depths of where things got in, where limitations got in, where wounds got in that haven't been dealt with. And so this is crying out. This Hermit card keeps coming out in various different decks. It is shouting for you. And the Hermit, for me, never speaks, can't see, doesn't speak, just holds his lantern up, but his energy, the energy of this from the universe is screaming out to you, to draw you in within yourself, to find your spiritual path, to find your spiritual truth, and be able to finally deal with things that would put you in friendship circles that don't serve you. Now, on the collective stage, we see that it's going to be really, really hard, particularly in the US and the UK today, to not get really cross about and externalize a lot regarding the early celebrations of the powers that be with B. And to lose your balance with that. So be aware that, you know, that it's staged. They planned this, and this should not take you away from this Hermit energy, because that's exactly what they're trying to do. And so this Hermit energy is screaming out for people to come forward, come within. So we've got the next card, and we've got the Seeker. And so the Seeker is the Hermit in this deck. So the Seeker is the Hermit in this deck, and we've got this clarified by the Six of Coins. So we see here that there is unusual and unexpected aid coming to you regarding the calling to go within and do this Hermit energy. There's something nice that is unexpected that gives you the impetus to be able to be brave enough to deal with certain things that you need to deal with, particularly regarding childhood. Now, for one of you, there's somebody who is going to be more honest about what happens about something in childhood. There's something about today that somehow they feel drawn to release that information to you, and that aids you on this journey with this Hermit energy. Because up until now, the memories are there, the pain and wound is there of those memories, but it's very blurry, very misty, very murky for you. This person helps clear it up and actually gives you the impetus and the drive to go within and be that warrior hermit. Now, what do I want to say? on the collective stage. There is huge generosity being given. Now, for you as individuals, part of that generosity may come really unexpected, and it somehow bolsters this hermit energy that you need to be incorporating into your life right now. But this is a balanced thing. This is somebody really gifting something, time, money, whatever it is. They're gifting something that it's really balanced, which is a beautiful thing. It does speak to an imbalance, though, regarding some of our leaders, particularly our leaders in the UK, and that buffoon, another bee, who thinks he can lead the country when he can't even brush his own hair. So there's something more about the fact that how generous China has been to him that comes out today, and his cronies, and how much they have made of these masks that do not work to shield virus. There's things like that rolling out today. There's going to be so much information today, with it being the 17th, that, you know, it's going to be quite hard to keep up. So please leave comments as and when you come across things. There's something about 1717 that needs to come through for me a bit more. But work with those numbers for me. You know, find the synchronicities. If you see those numbers, you know, on a clock as you walk by, or whatever it is, when you see those numbers, don't be surprised if President T mentions again 1717, and that'll be a huge clue when he does that, for us to decipher what this 1717 means to them. I just know that it's an important date, and it's a real pivotal point. And so I hope that helps. I know that it's difficult, particularly regarding relationships, and the way that this separation is happening, in that the people who you are having to move away from are the very people that you feel most protective over, because they are asleep and they do not see what is coming. And so at the same time, though, you have to recognize that they are adults and they're complicit and compliant in what they are doing. Now, for children, the children are really suffering, you know, without the normality of life as it was. And so it's super important that we teach the children from a young age how to go into the cosmos with self, how to enter into your universe, how to work continuously in the corners where things get hidden, where things get dulled down. There's never too soon to teach them. Theodore and William are spot on with this, and they love this. And it actually gives them a sense of power. It gives them a sense of sovereignty and divinity. And the more we can put that into them from a younger age, the better. There's a lot about the children right now, to save the children in more ways than one. Look out for arrests or court cases regarding children. And, you know, when you're in a car and you get stuck in, there's huge things happening there too. Thank goodness. I hope it's not a psyop. I don't think this particular case is. I can't see a name, but look out for either arrests or big court cases regarding childs. And then when you're driving, you know, getting stuck in a. So there's something huge to come out about that, which, you know, I'm always posting Avicii, A Better Day. Go and watch that video if you haven't watched it. It's very powerful. And we do need to create a better day. And you guys, I'm sorry I was so tired, but I did not want to miss the reading again. So I did not want to miss that. So thank you for putting up with my tiredness. Also, I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate all the new clients. I appreciate you coming to me and trusting me with your inner self, and allowing me to connect and give you the guidance that you feel you need. And so I can't thank you enough for that. So anybody else who'd like a personal reading with me, or any energy work, or any spiritual guidance sessions, you can hit me up at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, or you can message me on Facebook at truedivine44. I appreciate you all so bloody much. You've got no idea. So have a good night, have a good morning, have a good day, whatever time it is when you see me. Much love, stay balanced and stay whole. Mwah. What, pussycat? What? You silly pussycat.